Drive Electric was started many years ago, and I'm proud to say that I was one of the original members of that. There's a lot to be said today of where we started and where we are today.
We also run our own projects. Some of these projects include energy conservation improvements, renewable energy, and the electrification of transportation.
Right now we have 17 battery electric buses. We send them out in the AM peak. They come back in the middle of the day, they charge, they go back in the PM peak. We operate these types of buses from Gilead the most out of anybody in the entire nation.
What is it we want to do, and what's stopping us from doing it? So if we ask that question of electric vehicle charging infrastructure, we've got a lot of clear answers. I think what we want to do is we definitely want to increase the amount of infrastructure generally, and the variety of it I think would be helpful. We need to focus on making it easier for people who don't have a place to plug in at home to plug in. We got to pick up the pace. We've got to look at ourselves in the mirror clearly and honestly about what it is that's stopping us from doing what we want to do, what the public needs us to do, and try to answer that question better and get better results. So thanks very much for your time.
I know it doesn't look like a desert out here. It's quite lush, but we are in a desert. This is a charging desert. Between Kailua to Huaka'i, there's very little, if any, public charging available. And so one of the things that we've seen just from the market that is really interesting to us is the rise in electric vehicles as grid services. So basically, mobile battery generators on wheels that can be used for resilience purposes. It's not this like far off technology anymore. We're hearing that a lot of OEMs, a lot of auto manufacturers are actually putting AC bidirectional chargers in the vehicle, and that will be mass market ready within the next 2 years or so. So that's going to be a game changer, because as many of you have heard, there's a gigawatt of rooftop solar now, and like the big missing puzzle piece is where are the batteries? How are we going to get there? And this will unlock batteries. A lot of exciting things to share in the future and on the next Drive Electric Hawaii Huaka'i in the next few years.
Just for a bit of background, Hawaii Energy have had the honor and privilege to implement the electric vehicle charging station rebate program in many forms up to its current form since about 2019. To date, starting out a very meager beginnings, we have distributed over $2.5 million in rebates. So in just 5 years, which is a huge testament to everyone's support.
This site is open network, and all of our new sites are intended to be open network, so we'll be able to charge any network vehicle. You can see there's actually a QR code sign up there, so you can just, if you don't know how to use it, you just scan that and it'll tell you what to do.
Home batteries are very expensive and they have short lifetimes. But we said, what if you're already buying a car? And what if instead of buying a gasoline car, you bought an electric vehicle? Instead of investing in a home battery, you're using your car, which you're already buying for going to work, going to the grocery store, picking up your kids, all that kind of stuff, and you're using it as you would that home battery. In the morning, your car charges, you go to work, you come back, and if you're home for that peak period, that 5 to 9 p.m. period, your car can discharge to your home and act as that home battery. And this is an everyday situation. Your car is providing economic value. So you're not buying that peak price energy per kilowatt hour, very expensive. You're not buying that. Instead, you're using your car to discharge to your home and save you that money that you're buying. And we found that from a residential perspective, with your car doing bidirectional charging, you can have up to like $45,000 over a 20-year lifetime. And that's in comparison to only about $20,000 of a PV battery system or a PV battery EV system with unidirectional smart charging.
We really appreciate the, commission and our consumer advocates' support on making this product line sustainable, because it was a pilot for a long time. And just in June, we received the approval to change it to a permanent program, which is really, it provides assurance to our communities, to our drivers who rely on our chargers, and just to provide this kind of assurance to our community that our program is here to stay.
Really about kind of focusing on a certain type of driver in the state of Hawaii, and these are people who drive a lot. The reality is that there's about 65,000 of them in Hawaii, and they drive more than 40,000 miles a year. You know, focusing on those groups of people, though, who are really disproportionately burdened by gasoline. On average, these folks consume about 1,200 gallons annually each, so it's about 26% of the gasoline consumption. And a lot of them also spend a lot of money a year for gasoline. In some cases, $13,000, $14,000 a year, could be 14% of their income. People who are super users are people whose job locations change. Home healthcare workers, it's construction trades, it's Instacart drivers, it's Lyft and Uber. So it's like all these people that we sort of knew, but I don't think we knew how much they were really burdened by it necessarily. And then I think the other thing is, and this is kind of why we're investing a bit more on the understanding people's real challenges in the transportation space, and then to what extent EVs can help bridge some of that for them, is, you know, we sort of, I think lots of people would say like, oh, range anxiety is a big on it for sure. Like, one of the things that we discovered in working with Cultura is we looked at how many EVs were for sale on a given day, used or new in Hawaii County, and there were 10. So how much of it is range anxiety and how much is it there's no supply?
As of last week, the station has seen over 18,000 charging sessions, and it has an operational running time of 99.5%. If you average it out, it's about 35 minutes per session at an average cost of $17.17.